Morning. Good morning, boys and girls. What's up? All right, we got Mr. Leon in the house. Miss Fredericks, Miss Wiggins, Miss Brown, Miss Bennett. No, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, Cedric Bennett. Cedric Bennett, you must be new, and we welcome you. We need more bros on here, man. We want the bros to take over. All these ladies, I have to be kind of soft with them and I have to hold back. I can't give it to them. So, well, as they say, pause. I didn't mean that. I need more men on here. We can I don't know, the ladies kind of tough. I'm not gonna say that. They kind of tough. They might be tougher than the men. Folks, I got this lady call me every time I'm doing my trainings in the morning. I mean, it's like she don't even know. She's right now on the phone now, and she just. What'd you say? I got you on speakerphone. They might hear you now, so.
Sir, good morning.
Uh-huh.
What? I thought the trainings were on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
No, they're every morning.
I did not realize that. If I knew that, being a student and a mentee of yours for a number of years, I would never ever disrupt the call. Never ever.
Well, that's cool. I'll let them hear you, so I know. Since you're on here, tell them how much you've learned from me.
Oh my gosh.
The last 12 years.
You know what? I really can't even verbalize it because I have a master's degree, and but the things I've learned from you, I never learned from textbook college work. Books that I was introduced to, I never learned. I never even heard of those type of books. I never realized the importance of things like mindset and being relentless and consistency. Like those are the things that are not taught in college. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, you know what? Not even Mr. Fleming being an entrepreneur. If you want to succeed in anything, if you want to be a superstar on your job, if you want to be a stellar parent, if you want to be a good wife, those are the words that we need to incorporate in our everyday lifestyle. Understanding, stinking thinking. It was my son's 21. It was 15, 16 years ago that I even heard that term. I didn't realize how powerful your thoughts are. I mean, we always heard growing up, think good things, but you don't really understand the importance of that when you get into network marketing or multi-level marketing or direct sales.
Tell them how much your son learned from the back seat of the car listening to my 7 a.m. trainings every morning.
Well, he teaches me now, and that's one of the things that is just so it's amazing to me. See, he grew up learning the things that I didn't learn until I was 35, 36. So he grew up in his car seat listening to calls after call after call on personal development and mindset and calls in the morning and the books that we read and the book club and drawing circles on a white. He grew up in that. So now, he's a senior at Morehouse, and you're talking about a young man that has embodied personal development and mindset. He teaches me.
He was 7 years old when I met you all.
Yep.
And he's listened to all the calls. He even came to the meetings. Now he's graduating from Morehouse, and he's going. He got this $150,000 job in New York, right?
Yep.
Big seal.
Six-figure offer. They give him a $10,000 signing bonus. But
and he tried to use my stuff on me about a week ago.
Oh,
he called me. He called me and tried to do.
It on me all the time, and I want to cut that out. I'm like, boy, what you talking? What?
I said, I know what you're doing, man. He's like, Mr. Fleming, what are you talking about? I said, I know what you're doing. You trying to reverse it on me.
Yeah,
so
he's doing a me on me.
But you know what, ma'am? I got to train these people, so I got to let you go. But you just helped us, though, because Mr. Lee just posted. I was trying to figure out how to get people, because they can't really respond back. But the way they can respond back now is call me. And then I just put them on speaker, and everybody else can hear. You help me by
one last thing, and I know you got to finish your call.
Mm-hmm.
And what he said to me last week really hit me. He said, Mimi, you are making decisions out of desperation. And when you make decisions, that's all. You know what? You got to do your call. Remind me to tell you about that conversation. But thank you for allowing me to
This is the lady who says, I don't have too much to talk about. And then when I give her the mic, she'd go for about an hour and a half, nonstop, no commas, no pauses. She'll change subjects in the middle of the flow with no pauses, no like. How we get on?
I appreciate you, kind sir.
All right, ma'am. Thank you. Bye.
Can you call me?
Yeah, I will. I'll call you when I finish. All right. Bye. All right. So they, she still be trying to get information from me. But every morning, like 7:30, 7:40, I don't even answer the phone. But I'm like, why you keep calling me and I'm doing this training? But I see why. Mr. Lee. See, y'all gonna have to call in like that, and then I'm gonna put y'all on speaker. Yep. What do you mean click next to their name, you can bring them on? Okay, let me see. Click next to their name. Oh, you didn't hear Ms. Fredericks? You said turn the volume up. Let's see. If I click next to her name. Oh, okay. Let me see. Open and reading mode. Open link and Ictana. Yeah, the strain to hear. God could turn it up. I'm gonna have you know what? I'm gonna have some of my other students call in one morning then. Well, partners. They weren't students, they were business partners. I don't see where do I click to I see open link in new tab, open link in new window, open link in incognito window, save link, copy link, open in reading mode, inspect. It was next to their name. Let me see. Yeah. You'll show me you driving later. Okay. All right, let's go then. Want to read something this morning. One of the quick affirmations that I sent you guys at one point. I sent you all of them, but these are different ones. So it says, I am successful now, today, and forever. I provide high-level quality service only. I'm always progressing because I set and achieve daily goals. I think bigger and I believe bigger. I take action. I follow through with all my commitments. I can do giant things. I am powerful. Prosperity always comes to me. I created the life that I wanted, and I am disciplined, determined, and dedicated. I am worthy of my dream lifestyle. I deserve to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am a winner. I'm a champion. My income is consistently increasing. I am leading myself and others to better finances, lifestyles, more exciting experiences. I am wise with my time, money, and decisions. Now, that's a 1 minute read. You can do that once a day. I know it's a lot easier to do, and it might be more. I mean, it's a lot simpler to do just one-line affirmations, especially when you're frustrated. Because a lot of times when you're frustrated, you don't even want to read affirmations. You don't even want to do it. You're thinking, this ain't working. So it's easier to say, I am rich, I am successful, and it might be better. I don't know. I do both. So I read these, and I also do the one-liners. You know, I'm a top recruiter. Some of y'all, even say I'm a top trader, BYOB, master trader, that kind of stuff. So, but I'm going to say it again. I am successful now, today, and forever. That's me. I provide high-level quality service only. When I'm talking in the mirror, that's what I said, me. Only. I'm always progressing because I set and achieve daily goals. I think bigger, I believe bigger, I take action, I follow through with all my commitments. I can do giant things. I am powerful. Prosperity always comes to me. I created the life that I wanted. I am disciplined, determined, and dedicated. I am worthy of my dream lifestyle. I deserve to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. I am a winner. That would be me. I am a winner. I'm a champion. My income is consistently increasing. My income is consistently increasing. I'm leading myself and others to better finances, lifestyles, and more exciting experiences. I am wise with my time, money, and decisions. Boom. I sent these to y'all. You remember that day? So, all right. I want to give some honor to my rest in peace, my only mentor that I had. I had a lot of people I learned from, a lot of books I read, but a lot of people that I also learned from in this industry that I could touch. But this guy was the only one that I just considered a mentor because he led by example. I mean, his whole life in my eyes was a leader. I mean, from home, his family, to business, to life in general, to just general conversations. I would never feel like he could do something that would put a negative light on his life, his family, his business, anything like that. He was a guy that I've been around a lot of guys that, that So that. So but this guy named is Ty Best. I've always, I've talked about him since he passed about 2 years ago. But Ty had a few books that he had written, and I'm gonna come with some excerpts today from his book. He had one book called 100 Ways to Fail in MLM, or 100 Ways to Fail in Home-Based Business. If you do these things, you will fail. So he was giving you a game plan on failing, which means that if you do the opposite, you will win. But he had a play on words with this one. And I'm going to get some excerpts from that particular book this morning. And I actually had some, because I got so many of his books, I just actually, in one of the books, I just pulled out the pages on some of them, because I used to buy a lot of his books and just give them out to people. So I got tons of his books, but I'm kind of haphazardly across the book. So each number I'm gonna name, like he said, it was 100 ways that you could fail. All right. Number 72, he says on here, is to refuse to make your business a priority. If you want to fail in your business, refuse to make it a priority. He says, life is a major reason most people fail in life. We have a tendency to get caught up in everyday activities, and this takes our focus off the important. We can't go to a meeting because the relatives are in town, the cat's sick, or it's a tough day at work. We have time for golf. We have time for basketball. I don't anymore. The gym, TV, and any number of recreational activities. And our plan is to build our business after all that stuff. After we get through with all that stuff, family members, football, golf, basketball, the gym, TV, number of recreational activities, and our plan is to build after we get rid of all of that. Well, it just will not work, he says. You must move your business right up there in your top 3 or 4 priorities. That's if your goal is to become financially independent. So if your goal is to become financially independent, you got to move it up in the top 4. Top 3, God, family, business. Or some people say God, business, family. Now you say, what? Yeah. Without business, you won't have a family. Can't pay the bills. You can't do anything. If you're in business full time for yourself and you're doing business to take care of your family, a lot of times in that situation, I'm kind of going off track here, but I've seen that a lot of times. The significant other, the person you lay down with at night, if that person don't understand that your business is a priority, one of the reasons 20 years ago that I married my wife was that her dad was a businessman. Her dad was old school ex-football player he played at Ohio State with Woody Hayes, and he played about 3 years in the NFL. Then he went in business. He had some Burger Kings, he had Firestone, he had Coors distributorship, he had a lot of that. And he was on the road a lot of times. And I don't know anybody in this world loved their father more than she. No, because people say, well, if he ain't around, you can't. He used to tell all the time, I can't get you what you want laying around this house. But if you don't understand that, if you have a significant other, or you marry somebody, or you get that don't understand that, you got a problem, especially if you dedicated to your business. If you're not dedicated to your business, that's different. But if you are, and you know that business is going to bring you money, it's going to take care of your family, it's going to put them on trips and do things for them that they never could, imagine, because he did that for her. But as Bobby Womack said, I can't be here with you and hearing about what your girlfriend got and what you ain't got. And then I'm on the road and I'm gone. You talking about when you coming home. And you think you lonely now. Refuse to make your business a priority. Won't work unless you make it a priority. That was number 72. 71. This is for people who are building a business. If you're not building a business, don't worry about this one. But refuse to lead your team by the example. Your team is watching you, and they will run at your pace or slower. If you want them to build a business, you must actively build a business. If you want them to sell the product, you must actively sell the product. If you want them to attend training, you must attend training. If you want them to read books, run it back. No, that's not running it back. If you want them to read books, you must read. We want them to listen to training audios and motivational information. You must listen to them. You set the example. You talk about that. You talk about the book you read. You talk about the audios you listening to. You go on the personal development page and check off everything and comment in the section saying, oh, that's great, Tony. Even though you might not think it's great. Oh, that's great, Tony. Oh, that right there was, even though you might not think that. It's called playing team. You play team. Here's $1 million question. That run it back sounds though, okay. No. Here's $1 million question. If everyone on my team do what I do, how big would my business be today? Only 2 people building the team. All right, that was 71. Kind of the same thing right here, 85. Refuse to listen to audios every day. In order to change your habits, we must first change our thinking. To change our thinking, we must first develop new habits. Is it such a catch-22? Listening to audios must become a daily. I'm going to get my sound down, Pat. Must become a daily ritual. Well, I'm on there at 7 a.m. with Tony every morning. Whew. That's a whole lot. He be talking like 30 minutes, 35, maybe 40 minutes sometimes. Whew. How much motivation you need? First of all, this ain't motivation. I hope it's not. Should be inspiration, should be teaching. But dang, how much you need? You need more. Need more than this. How much other stuff you getting? How much of the world are you getting besides this? Once you do this in the morning and say we stop at 7:45, now you're gonna be in the world, on your job, dealing with people. See, that's the worst thing. You got to deal with people. You can't get around that. And most of the people are not listening to audios. Most of the people are not reading books. Most of the people are not trying to change their mindset. So that bull that you're going to get from them, you got to develop yourself to deal with that. Because they're going to bring it every day. They're going to spend more time doing that bull they doing than you spending more time developing your mindset, getting your mental toughness right, getting your thoughts right. So who's going to win? Most of the time, they're going to win. They're going to override you unless you get from around them. But a lot of y'all still want to play with dynamite. Y'all still want to be around them. And Tony want me to lead my friends. And Tony want me to lead my family. And Tony want, yeah, I do. Yep. If you want to win, because they ain't doing it. They're not trying to do what you do. They're not. And you still think you can put your toe over there or dip over there and play with them. You can't play with them. They have more strong will and knowledge, and they do more of what they like that will control you. You over here tiptoeing and playing. Whoever feed their mind the most is going to win. And those people on that side feeding their mind the most of the garbage. So they got a bunch of garbage that they could dump on you. But if you're not feeding yourself a bunch of mindset, mental toughness stuff, you can't put nothing on them. You got 1 or 2 lines you can put on them. You ain't strong enough to deal with that. Matter of fact, you still got a lot of that in you. You still got that dirty water in you. No, Tony, I'm like the lady who just called is funny. When I first met her 12 years ago, I think, her and her son, I was introduced to her by a couple of guys on my team. And it was so funny how she thought, because she got a master's degree. She's, at the time she was like big title of the college, and she was, so I called her Miss Bougie. She was bougie, boy. And she thought that all her friends, were on another level to where, well, I'll put it this way. She thought that all her friends had money because they looked like they had money. She was totally shocked when she started calling around and finding out that most of them didn't even have $250 to get started. Literally didn't have it. Ran through 2 or 3 cards and couldn't get it. And I had told her that, but she was like, no, see, you don't understand. I know you deal with them little networking people. Now, my friends are. I was sitting back like, okay, let's see. And she called me one day. She's like, hey, Mr. Fleming, I got one girlfriend went through 3 cards and she couldn't get $250 off of. I'm like, hey, I know. She said, you couldn't have never told me that. Yes, I could. I told you that. No, you wouldn't have never believed. You wouldn't believe in that. That's the problem. But listen to audios must be a daily ritual. You must control what goes into your mind. You want to achieve more in life, you must do what achievers do. Achievers listen to audios by other achievers. It's not an option if you want to succeed, he says. It's not an option. It's not an option. See, I sound like my mentor. Everything I've learned, not everything, because I told you books became my mentor, but he was impressed. I met him in 1995. Went over his house. A partner of mine tricked me to go into his house because I didn't want to go over there because I was doing something else. And my partner at the time, he's one of those slick, he just want to get you in his business. He ain't gonna do much, but he one of those slick. So he said we was going to lunch one day, and we went to lunch. Then he said, "I gotta stop by a friend's house." I didn't know for real. I'm sitting in the car. He goes into his friend's house, which is my mentor now, or then, and he comes outside and said, "Hey man, come in for a minute. I gotta." But when I got in and met him and we started talking, and the stuff that he was saying was like just gold to me. And he was sitting at his house making $100,000 a month in 1995 95 or 96 over a fax machine. Over a fax machine. Over a fax machine. Filling out the app, faxing it in. Over a fax machine. I went home, man. I couldn't sleep that night. I called that man back at about 10 o'clock, 10:30. He answered. I said, man, I got to have more information. I said, I know this is crazy, but can I come back by your house to talk? And, you know, I was talking about maybe the next day, the day after that. He was like, I'm up. I'm like, oh, here I come. I drove, it was like 40 minutes to get to his house. Got over there about 11. I talked to that man about 2:30 in the morning. He's supposed to take his son to the late night movie. His son kept walking in. I had to apologize to his son for years about missing his movie, that late night movie. But he became my mentor. And that's all he talked about was books and audios, books and audios, books and audios, books and audios. And you know, he obviously, if you know anything about the industry, you know, he was an Amway product. So he had been an Amway. That's how he learned his stuff, you know. But number 86, refuse to read 10 minutes a day in a book, in a positive book. Leaders are readers. Successful people read books. They read to learn, to improve themselves, to better their lives. This is not an option. If you hate to read, do it anyway and learn to love it. I mean, if your goal is to be successful, when you don't read, every time you open your mouth, it shows. It does, for real. When you don't read, every time you open your mouth, it shows. It doesn't take long. That's why when I get in a group of people, I turn to everybody with just casually, not like I'm trying to attack them, just casually. Hey man, you got a good book you can recommend? I'm gonna tell you a key to let me know they don't read. When they say the Bible, they don't read. That's all I need. The Bible. No, it's not. No, it's not. All right. See here. 82. Refuse to analyze yourself, your activity, and your performance. When your business is not growing the way you think it should, the first person to critique is self. We want to blame the company, the products, the compensation plan, the team, our sponsor, anything but why. Refuse to analyze yourself, your activity, and your performance is one of the 100 ways that you can lose in a home-based business. Ooh, 83. Listening to your negative relatives, friends, and associates. If they don't have a life in which you want or live the dream that you want, then don't listen to them when it comes to business, period. You can listen to them about raising your kids or whatever, about how to wash your car, you know, how to watch the football game, or listen to them about whatever. But if you're talking about business and they tell you that ain't gonna work or this ain't, don't listen to these people. They have no clue. They will steal your future. But some of y'all steal them. See, that tells you whether you really got it or you really believe that you need to, that you can succeed, because you're still dipping over there. That means you're saying, I don't think I can learn whatever. All right. '94. Excuse me. Refuse to talk with counsel, an experienced person in your upline or on your team before you make a major decision that might affect your business. New car, new home, new purchases, or new recruiting and training methods. Oh, it might be wise to discuss quitting your job before you do that too. I gave you an example once before about these two guys that was on my team that I personally brought in, and my upline got to talking to them and fed them some crazy stuff. And they had just gotten to a certain level. I think they had just got the diamond. So they probably was making, I don't know, 10, 15, 10,000 a month or something like that. But it wasn't solid. It was just, the residual was coming. They were still building. He talked them to going to buy convertible BMWs. If they had talked to me, I would have said no, because your team ain't solid. But he did that. He felt like if you committed to something like a payment, then it's gonna make you work harder. I don't agree with that, but he did. And so because I edified and uplifted my upline so much, who's from let's see. I don't see her on here. Let's see. She ain't said nothing this morning. Nope. Let me see. But yeah, he's from Miss Davis' hometown. I used to come there a lot in Indianapolis. And and as soon as those guys got their car, their whole group fell apart and kind of quit because they got jealous. He told them that you should get it. So, and it should help you recruit, because now you can, show them and show the people that they're trying to, but they didn't take it that way. They weren't built like that. They wasn't ready for that. So the whole thing fell apart. So you should get advice, but you got to make sure you're getting it from the right person. All right. Looking for the heavy hitter instead of becoming the heavy hitter. Looking for the big dog instead of you creating yourself into the big dog. He says, when we first get started in this industry, we hope we find someone who can do it because we doubt if we can. We search for the person of influence, the big hitter, the big diamond. The goal should be become the person you are looking for. You will be the magic in your group. So not to say don't try to find that person if you're building a team. That's the challenge. That's why I keep saying, not challenge, but that's why I keep saying if you're building a team, because some people might not. Some people just strictly trading. So, but if you are, become that person. All right, this is some of this is not, the whole 100. I like this one. This is funny. If you're building a team, sponsor all your family members, then wait for them to build your empire. They might get excited, but don't count on them to build financial independence for you. Be grateful they are involved in using the product. That's a blessing if they do that. If you're building a team, 100 ways to fail. This is one of them, number 58. Sponsor all your ex-boyfriends and ex-girlfriends, then wait for them to build the empire. He says, this could work, but I wouldn't suggest building your financial future on this foundation. This is a business of relationships, positive relationships. They are usually your ex for a reason. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Number 60. If you're building a team, gotta say that. Sponsor all the financially challenged people. Sponsor all the financially challenged people you know, and meet, and then wait for them to build your empire. Sponsor all the broke folks you know, and wait for them to do it. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. '99, become a big shot and refuse to serve others. The greatest leader will be the greatest server. To lead means to serve, and serve is to lead. We are lifted to positions of leadership by people who trust us. We as leaders can't refuse to serve. Can't be that big shot. Y'all little folks, you know, don't call me. I ain't picking up your call. I ain't, you know, there was to be a problem with me because I would pick up everybody's call. And this was before they had all these 100, you know, machine calling people selling you stuff, you know what I'm saying, every day. So I don't pick up those calls like that. But I used to. If you wasn't in my phone, I still pick up. And then I would help you as much as I could within your business. And then I had other leaders mad at me because I would help people on their team because they wasn't helping them. And they wouldn't pick up their call, but when they called me, I would pick up and help them, and they mad at me for that. Can I take my people? I just answered the phone, man. I had one partner. He never called his team until he bought a new car. He wouldn't even return their calls to do a three-way. But he bought a new car like twice a year. He got 3, 4, 5, 6, and he would call them to let them know, guess what I got? All right. That's it. Well, one more. Quitting your job too soon. Check with an experienced person in your upline. You can always quit the job next week or next month. But once you quit, you just can't really go back a lot of times. So, all right, folks. That's all she wrote. Where you at? Miss Fredericks? You there? Are you gone? Oh, I know you was taking so many notes. Come on, Miss Fredericks. Oh, she must be gone. So all she wrote. Pen. Oh, there she is. Pen is all she wrote. Pen. And the pencil broke. So my time is up. And I thank you for yours. So we out of here. And I got a post from yesterday too. I didn't do that. So I need to post the one from yesterday. And then I'm going to post this one today. Hate leaving you guys, but it's 7:45, and that's about as much as y'all can take.